And I'm like, Jesus Christ, who is coaching these people? And I come back to it. Arteta and his team that's around him, they have been a total disaster. He cannot improve these players. I don't see it, and I'm being very honest about it. And I keep saying this because I watched the game and said, "Fucking hell! How are we going? Where we used to be able to end up in the 60-yard box, George? We used to, and they used to say we are walking the ball into the goal. Under Wenger, we used to frequently end up in the 6-yard box with a big chance. Tell me, when did we get such a chance yesterday? You tell me, please."
Well, we didn't. No, so it's an nightmare. But like I say, the problem is, I don't have an answer. I have questions.
But you're my expert. I
don't have an answer.
Sorry, George. I am thinking a little humor here. No, that's true, George. I don't have an answer either, except we need to get rid of Arteta and his team. They're turning us into the old Everton. That's what we are. I'm dead serious about it until we realize that. And this wishful thinking that he may make us better in time is a fool's errand. I'm dead serious about that.
Well, I agree. If you look at Pep Guardiola, he comes up with the odd change that nobody's anticipated, or a system that. But you're talking top class players here that have played, and he knows that they're capable of doing the job he's asking them to do. He's asking rookie professionals to do a job that they've never done before.
Right.
That's Arteta, sorry.
Yes.
Guardiola's asking seasoned, top class players to do a job that they'll know how to do it.
Right.
On the field. It's a completely different thing. And you can't expect our standard of players to play like Manchester City's. But I think Arteta does. I think he thinks that it's like he'll tell them how to do something and they'll be able to go out and do it. This is why Arsenal's system worked so well. Because for years, there was no constant switching. Right. There was nobody doing a job that they didn't know how to do.
Right.
They were doing the same job in the same position, week in, week out, playing the same way, passing the ball with the same automations, the same triangles. Everything was the same. Everything was instinctive. Like they knew what to do.
Right.
And sometimes we didn't do it well. Sometimes we didn't have players that were up to the job.
Yes.
But it still looked a lot better because at least they were in a system doing the same thing week, and they didn't have to be coached every week to play in a different position and a different way.
Right.
And that was a lot of the criticism of Arsene, that he wasn't flexible with his tactics. And I used to think at the time, that's what I want. I want us to have a way of playing. I don't want us to adjust to fucking how Burnley play.
That's exactly what I was thinking here, George. We go up there, we play them the same way and beat them, spark them.
Just carry on, just cart on. And if you go away from home sometimes and you lose because you're a bit open and a bit attacking, well, so what? You're winning every fucking home game. You're winning. You're putting these people to bed before they get off the coach.
Exactly.
And you're worrying about losing the odd fucking away game because the referee lets them kick us to shit.
Yes, and give them the marginal decisions. Yes, exactly.
But we're harking back to Arsene Wenger again. It's like long lost love, isn't it? He's not coming back. Right. We're not going to get anybody like him again. But that doesn't mean we have to put up with this fucking nonsense.
Get rid of fast. Find someone who can have, and I'm going to tell Cranky something. You have got to put that person there with a remit to rebuild. You need to focus on Saka. Martinelli, you brought Martinelli on in the 70th, 80th minute when the game is gone. You need to rebuild around those players. You need to Smith Rowe. Those are the players you need to get a coach and a system that can work. I mean, Bielsa at Leeds, it's the same freaking team, week in, week out. You dumb skull.
Get somebody that doesn't have an ego.
Yes.
So that they can get Ainsley Maitland-Niles back. They can get Gwen Doozy back.
Get Willock back. Get Willock. Willock is a hero at Newcastle. God damn it.
There's £60 million worth of talent that you've got back for free.
Exactly.
Just by getting Arteta out the door.
Just exactly. Get rid of him and rebuild. And
I don't want to be over hypocritical myself, because I was critical of Guendouzi when we had him.
You and I, George.
But he was a kid. He could develop. He might be able to take us forward. He's certainly better than what I mean. I'm telling you now. I think Guendouzi is better than Partey.
George, to me, I was there like, did we get rid of Coquelin? I know we got rid of Coquelin about 4 years ago. To get Partey, I mean, Coquelin at least put himself about, sit deep.
He had a good game last night.
Yeah, he damn well did. And I'm like, and I remember these clowns, because he was sitting next to Santi, and he didn't have a great passing range. And I was like, that was not his job. His job was to tackle, recover the ball, and pass it to Santi Cazorla. That was his goddamn job. And he did a good job of it. But no, you idiots, you fools, and you slagged him, you slated him because, you know what I'm thinking of these all these people who are famous podcasters. I can see, and I will call them. But they are, all over your device. And they would never give Coquelin a rest. But look at him yesterday. And we spent £45 million on Partey to make easy 10-yard passes either to the left or right. And when he attempted a long pass, it was way off the George. It was almost out of the stadium. Come on, people.
Yeah. But again, to be fair, Partey might be a decent player. You can't blame Arteta for making our existing players worse and think that he might not have done the same to Partey. Partey might be struggling for the same reasons everybody else is struggling.
Sometimes
he might be a lot better than he looks.
Yeah, sometimes I do think that, George. And sometimes when I, and I'm like, well, you have him anyway, George. So, and you have him and Pepe. I mean, and those are players like you and I know that Arsene Wenger is not paying no £70 million for Pepe. He doesn't have the skill set. He doesn't do many things well. One or two things he might do well. Arsene Wenger is not spending £45 million on Partey, and that is what our fans. This is what the illusion that our fans have, George. That if we spend on ordinary players, we'll get better. And Wenger, and this is why they were happy. They many fans secretly wanted Wenger to go. Why?
Yeah.
Because Wenger would prefer to keep that money in his pocket and wait till next year when he has a better player.
Yeah, but on the opposite side of that, there is the possibility that we would still have bought Pepe and we would still have bought Partey if Arsene Wenger had been here, because he had lost control.
Exactly.
That's what we're saying. That was part of the problem.
Yes.
You're right.
Yes.
Arsene Wenger, left to his own devices, would never have bought them. Just like he would never have bought Mustafi or El Neni,
yes.
But he was pressured into buying them.
Stats DNA.
Because he relinquished control of all transfers. So this is an argument people get. You say, well, why we bought him? Well, Wenger bought Mustafi. Wenger never wanted Mustafi. Wenger tried to get rid of Mustafi after 12 months, by the way. He wanted to swap him for Johnny Evans.
Right, I remember that. Who is doing well at Leicester, by the way?
Yeah, of course. Mm-hmm. Anyway, we're going around in circles here.
Yes,
We're not
George.
getting out and back.
My ultimate point is, George.
That's another thing. Have you seen that? This Daniel Ek. They've thrown Arsenal's name into the hat as well now. Oh, Finger might come back. They're like, fucking hell. He hasn't been back for a cup of tea. He's not going to come back to do something fucking major at the club. Have a word yourself. I tweeted sort of sarcastically that I'd been told by a source that Herbert Chapman had put his name to Daniel Ek.
I didn't see that one.
Whoever the fans might think will gain some popularity from their name, they're being thrown in the ring. Dennis Bergkamp, fucking hell. But I can see Henry being interested because it gives him the opportunity to have the fans singing his name again.
Goddamn hypocrite and opportunist, George. This is the guy who said he would never watch a game if Jacques had the armband. You know what? Why are you decrying a player? Shut your goddamn mouth. He's an Arsenal player. Why are you doing that? And he is one of the most important. He is the most important player at Arsenal today, because you'll have to build a team around him with his with his football ability and his intelligence. You idiot!
Yeah, Shotta, you're actually wrong here. You don't have to build a team around him. You just have to put him in the team, and he builds a team around him.
That's right, George.
That's how vital he is.
Yes.
Put him in the team, and you put him at left back, and the team becomes built around the fucking left back.
Right, everything is coming from the left.
That's how important he is.
Yes.
Because he takes over, and he might not be the greatest player ever.
Not the most mobile.
He's certainly got his limitations.
Yes.
But so did Arteta.
Exactly. He didn't have any foot speed either. And I remember him being overrun one time against Chelsea when they give us 4-0 or 4-2. Yeah, remember?
Yeah, 6-0.
6-0. And he was overrun because of his lack of speed. They targeted him.
That's right. But I said at the time, that wasn't his fault. That was the problem. The problem there, especially the Liverpool game, was that Rosicky, Santi and Jack weren't there to help him out.
Yes.
It was them, not him. They didn't cover for his weaknesses.
Right. George, most of these people, they conveniently forget these facts. And that's what annoys me. But there's no getting away from the future, George. Your predictions. Mine is that it's going to get worse as long as we persist with Arteta. There's no Europe. We will probably slide even a little more deeper in the table this season. Why? Because the players' morale is smashed. And Arteta has no solutions in terms of improving the players. That is my immediate projection. I don't know how long the Cronkies will hang on to him. He has cultivated them. He has carried out their dictates, so they might be loyal to them, although the value of Cronky's investment is going down. That is my short-term prediction. I don't know which direction they're going. What about you?
Well, I don't know either, because I said the other week that eventually they'll need to find a scapegoat. Somebody will have to pay the price for this season. Mm-hmm. Now, it's looking like it's probably going to be Arteta. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to throw a name in the ring of who I think we could get to replace us, that would improve us, we would play better football, and it wouldn't cost a lot of money. Graham Potter.
Well, he's, I see a lot of people mentioning his name, George. And, he was, when he was in Denmark, is it Denmark?
Yeah, Lugaretz.
Whatever it was. I think it's Östersund or whatever. They beat us in the Champions League. It was Europa League. And then he came over here. We could do just as well. And this is not the first time Arsenal has gone down and looked for another coach that's on a lower level team who has the ability to improve us. This is not the first time. And
well, that's right. That's exactly the same shopping basket as we're in with players.
Yes.
We can't look at the top players anymore. They're not coming. Mm-hmm. There is no top player in the world going to come and play for Arsenal Football Club at this moment in time.
Why should they?
Similarly,
yes,
with managers, there's no top manager we're going to attract. So you have to do what you did and get a young